Hello, 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 everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm here. Able! But hydrate out of stock, you can only stare at it. You can? Hey, there you go. Redeem the hydrate, so it should work. Damn you! By the way, Italian Yang fan, good to see you. Mr. Old Fashioned, how are you doing, buddy? And Avold, good to see you as well, my friend. Good to see you as well. Hope you all are having fun. Hydrate Envy, if that actually could be a thing on our channel, honestly. Predicts was enough, he actually got it! Well played there, Emeka. Booyah! To be honest, I'm loving it so far. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. Today we're going to make a little bit of use of it for the first time, actually, to see how the airflow is going and stuff like that, but yeah. Alpha One, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? So, should that be once, wasn't it? They are. They really are. Deep Blue, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Well, keep in mind that the A320 is still very much in development by fly-by-wire. It's still not finished, and it's of course free, so it's all in their own free time that they're doing it. Doesn't make it any less amazing, but yeah, the 737 is a bit more accurate. It is. All right, my friends, here we go. everyone, Shoni from Shoni Gaming here. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Hope you had a great Wednesday and hope you had a great weekend actually. So yeah, we did. We definitely did. Let's face it, we had a great weekend, so we had a lot of fun. I currently am very much trying to get back into commercial planes because next Friday, so not this Friday, but Friday next week, we will have a sponsored, yes, sponsored by Thrustmaster, a flight in the A320. I'm going to show you how to start up the plane, how to make a flight plan, how to do everything in SimBrief, and then start up the plane, take off, program it, take off, land, the whole shebang. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, and I will be testing out the TCA commander pack from the Airbus TCA commander pack from Thrustmaster. So I will be testing that out at the same time. Nice. So that is cool. That is a cool thing. We're going to I'm really looking forward to that. But that means that this week we will be, of course, continuing our flight through Africa. So yeah. Maybe I should review the flow before streaming it. Yeah, we'll have that one-on-one discussion, baby. It'll be good. Anyway, it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am absolutely sure. But it's mostly aimed at everyone who wants to make the transition from GA to commercial, and to show you that yes, there's a little more to it, but it's not as daunting as it is. It really isn't. That first step is always, it looks horrible, but it's not. It's really not. It's if you know how to work your G1000 and you know about approaches and sits and stars and stuff like that, it's easy enough. Once you see it, you'll never forget it. And reading the OFP, of course, the flight plan as well. Reading the flight plan, how are we going to do that? What information do I need? So everything you actually need to use, both in the A320 or even in a 737-600 from PMDG or the Phoenix, all that information will be available made to you. And you know how to use the SimBrief to your complete... I will do everything, the entire ins and outs. So yeah. You might get Spruce Goose and see some other new planes. I know. I hope I do. I hope I do. So yes, please join me in whatever you want, in whatever you can. If you want to fly along in a helicopter, go fly along in a helicopter. You want to fly along in a Spruce Goose, do that. You want to fly along in the Hercules. Let's do a Hercules. So yeah, AJ, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? He got goosed. It has been Thanksgiving already, has it? No. Thanksgiving is actually coming up. That's the last Thursday in November, I want to say, as a non-American/European. I'm not sure. Anyway, you guys know that a lot better than I do. It's next Thursday. Well, there you go. The goose is cooked, so it's going to be good. Did I hear you are doing some sort of airline tutorial? AJ, yes, next week Friday. So next week Friday, on Thursday, it's going to be apparently Thanksgiving. So the day after Thanksgiving, I will be doing a sort of airliner tutorial. So I'm new to this stuff. I want to know how it works. How do I go from A to B? How do I make that first step? I'm going to show you how to do that first step. Real easy. I may use a checklist or anything. Yes, I may use that. Or may not. It kind of depends on how the flow goes. But I'm going to show you exactly how to make that flight plan, how to take off, how to make that flight plan, how to program and start up from cold and dark, how to take off, Southeast Asia, yeah, how to land, the whole shebang. So yeah. I will watch as much as I can. It's a regular workday for me. Ah, that's a shame. But you know, at least after that, you're absolutely sure how to do everything. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. I'm in London for work, so I can't watch along. I'll watch the VOD though. No problem. There will be a VOD available. Talking about that, by the way, I am also currently updating both a separate European and African map, which will show you the exact every flight that we've done so far. And if you click on the link, actually, of the flight, so you can select the separate flights that we've done, the separate legs. And if you click on that link, you'll actually get also access to both the YouTube VOD for the entire flight, and you get access to the flight plan as well. You can download that from there as well. So that's pretty cool too. Working on that. We'll make it available ASAP. I've been saying this for a year. I thought it was time we finally finished that puppy. So yeah. Hello. So funny thing, being on holiday has my days all messed up. I was on Twitch yesterday, this time going. It seems late. Realized it was Tuesday, not Wednesday. Oh yeah, there you go. Well played, sir. Well played. Indeed, Amica, mistakes were made! Mistakes were made! But what are we going to do today? Today we are going, of course, to continue our flight in Africa. Today we are going to fly from Togo to Burkina Faso. Yes, we are going to take off from Togo, the airport that is Delta X-Ray November Golf. Delta X-Ray November Golf, right there in, what's that called? Niamtougou. And we are going to fly all the way up to Ouagadougou, and that is Delta Foxtrot Foxtrot Delta. So that will be our flight for today. Actually, not much going on today as well. It's a little bit of a side wind. That's not too bad, but it's not all that hefty. Clouds, not hardly any. Do we have rain and thunder? Yeah, not so much. Do we actually have... What's the temperature? Because that is an issue now, my friends. This is actually a thing. This might actually be a thing. The first time that we're going to do this, this might actually be a thing. So, yeah. Going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Now, so yeah, there's not much I can say. Actually, then, if you want to fly along, make sure you are, of course, on the, as always, on the, there we go, boop, Southeast Asia server. That's what I'm on, online Southeast Asia. We are going to do all players, live traffic, live weather, as always. And we will be flying with a full tank in the Cessna 172. If you want to fly something else, completely up to you. Completely up to you. I don't care if you fly in a featherlight, ultralight plane. I don't care if you fly in a helicopter. I don't care if you fly in the Hercules, the 747. It's all good. It's your show as much as it is mine. Guybrush the Pirate, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. We have a pirate. Yar, Scurfy, yes. Finally, there he be. All right. Having said that, there remains only one thing, and is, are we ready to fly? So, yeah, that's a thing. Oh, I almost forgot. I hear a bling. What's the bling? Why is it blinging? New profile. Oh, it's loading my new profile. That's fine. That's fine. Random noises scare the bejesus out of me currently. I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh. MCU stuff looks complicated, but not too bad once you delve into it. No, it's really not that bad, actually. That's the thing. It is really not that bad. Let's see, what is the meter here today? Bippity boppity boop. Let's go to game. Hey. Oh, yeah, Alpha 1. I already said ahoy. But you're saying ahoy to Guybrush, I'm guessing. Sorry. You know what? Let's go full Navigraph. Boop. There we go. Oh, man, I so love my Navigraph. Oh, hello, buddy. All right, runway 21, it's saying, actually. Runway 21. Let's see if we can, if that is correct. Let's open the airport, go to the weather. So we have our meter, and that is at 40 at 4 knots. So I'm not sure, actually, that 21 is the correct runway. So we should be actually taking off from runway 03. Are we definitely making a song from that? Amica, I hate you. No, I love you, brother. You know that. Let's see. Let's go to charts just to make sure. Taxiway, airport. There we go. Oop, runway 03. Yeah, I think 03 is the way to go. That's the way. We like it. So we want to change that. So I'm removing runway 21. This sounds really strange, but I'm removing the runway, not the entire flight plan, just the runway. Select that, and now we can see indeed that runway 3 is the preferred one. So we're taking off from runway 03. There are no departures available, so that really doesn't matter. Once we are reaching our destination, I will open the screen once again, and we will see what actually runway is most favorable for us, and if there are any approaches or anything. But we'll do that once we get closer. Once we get closer. So for now we are taking off and then we are heading in a north westernly direction on runway 3. Runway 3. All right. So let's close off Navigraph and let's start up our plane, shall we? Bleep. There we go. Yep, that's not working. There it is. That's working. That is working. There we go. Everything's going bing, 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 and bling, bling, bling. Yes. That's the technical terms, by the way. Bling, 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 and bling, bling, bling. Those are the technical terms. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Shh, no one's listening. It's fine. It's fine. Right. Let's put the pedal to the metal. There we go. Those are working correctly. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Right. So let's go full mixture. Throttle up a tiny bit. Just open it up a tiny bit. I don't get it. Oh, oh, good lord. I still need to do that bug thing. I still haven't fixed that. I thought it would actually be updated with the... That's weird. I thought it would be updated. All right. The Garmin is up and running. Controls, control. Oh, by the way, let's do that. There. Now you guys can see what I'm doing, actually. That helps. Cursor. Range. Zoom out. Well, actually, let's zoom in. All right. Who just spawned in on my head in a Kodiak? Who's responsible for that? Who is humping my plane? Who? Who is this? Which culprit is this? It's not that I'm angry. Slightly disappointed, but no, I'm not angry. JM Knights. Oh God. Hippo 42 foot 40. Yes, indeed, buddy. That's a big one fall. All right, let's see. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to move out of here a little bit. Yeah. To actually connect to the... So we now have our flight plan at top. Let's get a little bit out of the way here. Taxi lights can go on. 04 is right there in the DJ3. Oh, good lord. I love the DJ3. I so much love that. Let me see. How to get your instrument deck behind your pedals 2022. Yeah. Basically that. It's just one of those things. All right, we are headed for runway 30, which means we have to taxi along the entire runway itself. By the way, did someone say A320? You'll do that flight in 10 minutes flat, you know. I'm just saying. Actually, flying along in the A320 at those speeds, it's at the speed of a Cessna, that's really hard to do. That is really hard to do. Why is there a car driving on the runway? Why? What's wrong with these people? Oh, no in-game sound. Oh, yeah, sorry. That should be better. That should be better. Sorry about that. Now I am moving and grooving. Oh, by the way, flaps 10. Flaps 10 for takeoff. How do you fix your invisibleness? There is a patch for that, but I haven't installed it yet. I haven't done that yet. I thought, actually, to be honest, I thought that the update would fix that, but apparently it's not. So, yeah, that's a thing. Constant stall. Yeah. Constant stall, indeed. You have constant stall warnings, all flaps, everything up. Air brakes full. It's, yeah, landing gear out. You see my lights, but no plane. Yeah, it's It's really annoying. But the weird thing is, actually, some people see me and some people don't. And I do not get why that is. Because the rest of you can't see my plane, can you? So the problem should then be with Mr. Old-Fashioned. Server issues, yeah. There are still a lot. That's the only thing I actually had with the update. I constantly get disconnected from the internet. So it could be that we still have disconnect, guys, just in the air. I'm just saying. That's the only problem I still experience, yeah. No. Well, it is a standard plane, but it does have its specific livery. There, Crisp Kind. It does have its specific livery. So, yeah, it could be that that is the thing. So, by the way, if you want to see me flying in this livery, these liveries are absolutely free of use for you. So, of course he's flying in a Dark Star. These liveries are free of use for you guys. Amica is in the goose. Awesome. Yep. Thank you, Amica. Exactly that. You can download them for free. You can download them for free, install them to your heart's content, and you will see that I will be flying in the official Shoney Gaming livery. Now, of course, you can fly in the livery as well if you're flying a 172. For you guys, there is a cabin crew livery. There is a cabin crew livery right there. All right, I'm going to turn on the brakes. These are the brakes. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, I'm that old to know that song. I'm actually that old to know that song. All right, I am waiting for you guys to join up with me, which means while you guys are taxiing over here, I can actually connect my... There it is. Keep the default. There you go. Resume. Throttle stuck or what? Kinda. Thank you very much there, Hey Joe, for that follow. Welcome to the cabin crew, buddy. I hope you are enjoying yourself. And I hope you're having fun. The cabin crew is, of course, you, the community. The one, the only community. Now, I will be flying this flight fully manually. I always do that. For a while, I didn't do it. But now I'm doing it again. Full manual is so much more fun. Because, let's face it, planes just want to have fun. What did just happen? You guys saw that, didn't you? However, all the indie build plane has a sound bug, the A310 having the worst one. Ah, that's a shame to hear. That is a shame to hear. Then he goes miles, of course. Then I go miles, of course. That's true. Gotta get my X56, that's a HOTAS, by the way. Hooked up to my PC. Really feeling the vibe here right now. Yes, you do, don't you? You want it there. You want it, Crisp. You want it. You need it. You need to feel it. You want to fly along with this crazy bunch of idiots. You want to do your thing. Good vibes indeed. That, honestly. I mean, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in a DC-3. Yes, I'm. Seriously. Well, that thing is off. Listen to it. Listen to it. Don't you just love that sound? All right, my friends. Yeah, I'm going to take off as well. I'm going to take off right now. Oh, I know, right? And it can only get better. I'm going to take off as well. So let's turn off the taxi light. Let's turn on the landing lights right there. As you can see, I'm fully set right now. I am turning off the brakes. These are the brakes. And only thing left to do, let's push this thing up to about 55, 60 knots. And then we are away. Away! Hi-ho Silver, away! Oh, that was you in the Cody! Oh, you sneaky devil pants, you. We should have more than enough runway here, by the way. More than enough. Yeah, I know. I know. I always keep forgetting my trim. And I keep forgetting my altimeter right as well. Alright, set the trim, set the altimeter. We should be good. I have positive lift right now. We are moving and grooving. Let's make sure we hit about that 74 knots. That should be good. I'm going full flaps up right now. And by the end of the runway, we should be able to pick up our flight plan. Let's go to PFD, and then it is CDI, which is, I think, 5. No, it's 6. 6. There it is. Oh, and it actually picked it up already. So, yeah. Oh, dang, look at that thing. Look at that thing. I love it so much. All right, my friends. We are moving, we are grooving. Doctor Who! We got AWOL Stealth Wolf in the hopper. Cool. We have Italian Yang fan right there.
Don't sink. Don't
Of
sink.
course we don't sink. We're at 2,000 feet. Should be more than enough. Let's climb a little higher. Let's go to 3,000 feet. Samlux, is Navigraph 8... Oof! Is Navigraph 8... Hang on a tick. Better. Is Navigraph 8 available for in-game panel for MFS? No. Unfortunately, if you go to the in-game panel of Navigraph right here, it still loads up as the old version, as you can see. I can load up the flight plan, looks great. It still works like that, but you do not get actual Navigraph 8, and it has something to do with the way Microsoft is developed. So there is something about that. I talked to these guys, and they stated that, yeah, there is something going on there. They're trying to fix the bugs and the problems so they can actually integrate all the Navigraph 8 features into Microsoft Flight Simulator. But currently the engine, there are a few things that doesn't support it, right? So yeah, that's an A320. Holy jeez. We actually have a Hercules up in the air. Hercules! We have a Hercules! All right, my friends, I'm going to zoom out. What I am using, by the way, is Navigraph. At the top right there, that's just an overlay. What you're seeing right there, it's an overlay. Oh, no, you're absolutely welcome, buddy. You're absolutely welcome. I've been talking, actually, well, talking. I had a little chat with a little back and forth with Navigraph on one of their YouTube vids, actually, funnily enough. And I also recommended to them that they should. It would be great if you could actually use airports as waypoints. That would be awesome. And if you could actually also use, if they could implement all the airports that are currently available in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. If they do that, to me, then Navigraph would be the most rounded package, one of the most rounded packages out there. Especially, of course, in combination with all the charts that you get. But also, what is very cool is actually if you zoom into the charts and they are available at that airport, you can actually see the approaches for GA flight and stuff like that. Why does my plane keep on climbing like that? Oh, hang on a tick! I know what's going on! I know what's going on. There should be. Look at that. That's what's going on. That's why we were climbing. We were flying over that hot area right there, and the plane was being pushed up. Played for a week, 30 gigabytes of updates. Yeah. Crisp, welcome to the Sim Update 11. Get your hands on all those extra new planes. Have fun with that. You're going to enjoy that. That was, of course, Sim Update 11, what you saw right there. Yeah. And what you're seeing right here, my friends, right there, look at that, how cool that is. How cool is that? That is actually the hot air driving up from the ground. You can use this information actually with gliders. That could actually help you push up the plane. But it also, of course, affects every other plane as well. You can see it right there. Once you hit mountains, Microsoft Flight Simulator MSR is not even released. At least what the Game Pass tells me. I love Windows problems. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is. I'm pretty sure it is. All right, my friends, let's see if we can level out the plane here at about, well, let's say, I'm going to hit it at 3,000 feet, to be honest. Let's set the heading to that. Oh, man, I'm being shuffled about like crazy. I had not taken that into consideration. Not taken that into consideration. Let's zoom out. There we go. Dang. I mean, just a meeting. Well, that you have to do. Yeah, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. But look at that. How cool is that looking, my friends? How cool is that looking? I love that. I love that you can actually see the that you can actually see the air movement right now. That is so cool. Totally non-realistic, I know, but oh, by the way, let's lean the mixture, shall we? Let's lean the mixture as well. We have up in the air Awold in the Cody. We have my chemistry in the Hercules. That thing, he's pretty far off, but that thing is so freaking big you can actually make it out. That is insane. All the other planes I can hardly make out, but the Hercules I can actually see. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Okay, my friends, moving and grooving right here. Yeah, we're definitely on a roll right here. But look at that. How cool is that? How cool that you can actually see the wind and the weather. And it is correct because the wind is actually coming from the right now. It is coming from the east currently right here. So the way it bends, if there would be no wind, of course it would go straight up. So yeah, straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to blow me? No, never mind. Yeah, it's yeah. Hmm? Hold on with your landing. With your landing. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. But that is a really cool feature. If you want to see this, by the way, you can do this as well. Just simply show 3D thermals right there, and you can turn that on and off at your leisure. Yeah, exactly. Red card. Red card indeed. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. All right, my friends. We are currently flying to Ouagadougou. We just took off from Togo and we took off from Niamtougou. And Niamtougou is where we landed, of course, last Friday. So yeah, the true life to any party. Indeed. Uh, But yeah, we landed there, of course, on Friday, and today we were supposed to land a little bit earlier, but because the flight went so well, it was a mouthful. Red card, there, red card right there. Yep. For those that are new in the channel, by the way, a red card is a mark of honor. It is an absolute mark of honor. The red card means that you actually did a very, very, very lame dad joke or something like that, tongue in cheek, everything that earns you a red card. And yeah, the record is currently, I think, Super Typhon. What was it? 42 with the guy? 42 red cards in one stream. So yeah, that is not a challenge, by the way. That is not a challenge. All right, let's see if we can level out a little bit at around 3,000 feet. Emeka has the banhammer. Indeed, indeed. We have a few mods in here, so yeah, who fly along 9 times out of 10 as well. So currently, Emeka is flying right there. We have my chemistry, we have Italian Yang Fan, Doctor Who is up in the air, and Awold. And in the distance right there is Stealth Wolf. Stealth Wolf flying there as well. So yeah, 43, good lord, Super Typhon, that was insane. That guy just kept on going. Can't remember his name, but geez, there was no end to it. Dad came over to me the other day. Does your mom know the highest northern state? Just said, nah, but Alaska. Something like that. Exactly. Red card right there. Had to restart, blew my Kodiak engine. Dude, honestly. Challenge accepted. Nay, I say, nay. It's not a challenge. It's not. Alright, we are moving and grooving. As I said, next week, Friday, so not this Friday, but next week, Friday, we will be... was there a cigarette involved? Well, gotta make Amica work, indeed. Next week, Friday, we will be actually doing the commercial stream, how to get into commercial. And it will be a simple start for everyone wanting to actually switch over to GA but never having done so. So we're going to use the fly-by-wire A320, and I'll start the show by showing you guys how to use actually SimBrief, how to integrate SimBrief into your plane, how to use that in combination with Navigraph, for instance, as well. How to use approaches, and how to use sits and stars in that, and do a complete run through of how to create your flight plan, then actually integrating that flight plan into Microsoft Flight Simulator and into your plane, either by programming it through the EFB, the electronic flight bag, that is the iPad thing, or through the MCDU, which is the onboard computer, and then doing everything. So yeah, and when flying with multiple windows, I have multiple windows. I don't have multiple windows open, because what I have discovered actually, Crisp, is that it looks great, it works fine, but it reduced my frames per second from about 40 to about 20, so by half. I have multiple windows in my house. Stealth Wolf, that one's for you. So yeah, it basically cut my frames into half. It's pretty drastic, to be honest. 2 screens maybe, but opening three, that takes a toll. Without the EFB, does the flight plan load into the MCDU without you having to program it? Yes, it does, actually, because you can enter your SimBrief information into the MCDU. I will redeem that hydrate. You can actually enter the information into your MCDU and then load it up, or simply program it yourself. A joke that bad should be bannable offense. You have been warned. So yeah. By the way, the audio is a little bit better, so let's switch that up again. No wonder my PC goes, yeah. Crisp, let's face it. Flying Microsoft Flight Simulator will take a toll on your graphics card. It does. I have a 2080 Ti. It's blasting at 100%. So yeah, make sure you pay your energy bill. Hashtag just saying. So you have been warned. You have been warned. This is no longer a cheap, fun way to fly. No, I'm playing it at 1440p, to be honest. Yeah, I'm playing it at 4. I could play it in 4K, but that would really take a toll on my machine, especially at the settings that I have, and I'm nearly at ultra settings. So 1440p for me is just fine. Actually, upgrading from 1440p to 4K, yeah, it really doesn't matter that much for me, to be honest. It looks good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you know, it's there is very limited returns, you know, diminishing returns, basically diminishing returns. So the frame rate, I do appreciate the frame rate a little bit more. So yeah, noted. Hello, how are you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Playing with 31080p with about everything on high, 40 to 50 FPS. That's not bad. That is not bad. Have you also seen the bush mod for the Beaver? It replaces the small wheels with the 35-inch bush wheel. It does. And it also has spray effects on the floor. Really? Already? I also heard, by the way, that there for the Bell 407 helicopter, there's also an upgrade already. So yeah, 4K is great. Love it. Yeah, it's good. But as I said, I'm running this at 1440p. And in my case, looks absolutely stunning already. It looks great. So yeah, you know. And if I go to 4K, I see a definite diminishing in frame rate. So in my case, the 2080 still has to work a little bit too hard. So yeah. RTX 2070 Supers are such beasts they are. They are. Can't wait to get my hands on the 3080 Ti next year. 3080 Ti, or is that a 4080 Ti? Interesting. Interesting. Because if you're running on a 4080 Ti, or a 40 series RTX card, actually, you can use DLSS 3.0, which is an upgrade, of course, of 2.0. No kidding, Shoni. Yeah, it's one more. But it also doubles your frame rates. 4080 is going to be expensive. Yeah. I think you're right. And not just expensive in pricing alone, also expensive in using it, because the card uses about 600 watts. I think it's incredible amount of power that it uses. So if you want to run something like this on a video card like that, you basically have to have your own dedicated power plant. Yeah. Something like that. Or just don't tell your parents if you still live at home. Shh, mum's the word. Not telling anything. Your mother's going crazy, but hey, who cares? I think after this I shall be sticking to consoles. The power and cost are insane. Yeah, that is not a bad idea, however, yeah. Doesn't run at max wattage at all. It doesn't? I heard that in especially simulators like Microsoft Flight Simulator in DLSS 3, it does run on full power. But I could be wrong there, Quasar. I don't own a 40 series, so I have no idea if that information is correct or not. So if you do own one or you know something about that, I would love to know. By the way, I'm going to see if I can actually go up to... it really, 211 watts. That's less than mine. You're freaking kidding me. That's less than mine. You're kidding. Annika, why did you tip $1? Why did you... Why did you tip $1? What's that?
No bell who? No bell, so I just not.
I have no clue what was just said there. So yeah. Let me see. Looks like it ain't gonna play 41 gigabytes. Ah, yeah. It's you're stuck on the sim update, sim update 11 there, Chris. Yeah, that's the first thing. Playing an Echo. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Really strange. So yeah, really strange. Let me see. He wanted to get his bank account level to an even number. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the Echo. Think I need to deactivate the speech because that's not going correctly. I also already deactivated the speech with the bits as well. It just didn't. Yeah, really weird Echo. Not sure what's going on there. I'm going to deactivate that. Echo. Sorry about that, my friends. Sorry. Do I still have an Echo? It should be fine now, should it? Do I still have an Echo currently, or is the audio now good? I'm eating crisps. Only on TTS. No, weird. You could be the bigger brother of Tom Scott. And glasses. I do love Tom Scott, by the way. I do love Tom Scott. Tom Scott is pretty cool. I love his channel. I love those channels anyway, you know. People are just having fun and trying new stuff. I love that. For those that are wondering, go check out Tom Scott on YouTube. Great guy. Great guy. I'm not even gonna be mad if my monitor setup is still set up right. It is. Everything should just follow over after the update. It should be fine. You should actually have, first of all, you have access to stuff like this now, which is really cool. Watch this. I'm going now to my weather settings right here, and you see this tiny little button right there at the bottom. Watch this. Boop. Did I turn it on? Did it go on? Yeah, it is. It is. Now let's see if we can find some thermals. Yep, there they are. Behind the Hercules. That thing is huge. That thing is gigantic. Look at that thing. But you can actually see the air behind it being lifted up as well. You can see it right there. The thermals are showing. That is pretty cool. This you can actually use to find thermals for gliders. Yes, you can use it for gliders right now. The thermals are real, and this has actual effect. So yeah, still waiting for smoke on the acrobatic planes though. Actually, fun fact, if you go to the F-18, I'll turn this off again. There we go. Let's get some frame rates back. If you actually go to flightsim.to, Chris Kind, and of course we all own the F-18 right now. That was a part of the Top Gun update. You actually got also an F-18, but there is a Warrior update for the F-18, which activates smoke in your sim as well. So you can turn on and turn off actual smoke in the F-18, and that shows up in other people's streams as well, including mine. I have, if I'm not mistaken, that update. So it is possible to actually mod that into the sim already, and other people should be able to see it if they have that mod installed. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Of course, the Blue Devils already made use of that. Currently, the Blue Devils are on a little bit of a hiatus. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. Let's hope they will make their return in the future. Look at that thing. It's freaking gigantic. As soon as that is out, therefore an extra... I'm in it. No problem, buddy. No problem. The amount of engines alone is insane. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 engines. It's bizarre. To me, it's actually bizarre that you can keep that thing flying that slow. Yeah. It dwarfs the Flying Fortress, actually. It's one of the biggest planes that was actually created. So, yeah. Yeah, excellent there, Amica. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. I just saw your message. Thank you very much. When plane shopping, when he went plane shopping, the answer to how many engines do you want was yes. And that's a red car, by the way. But you're right. You're absolutely right. It looks so slow. It's like it's floating. It does, doesn't it? It's like it's slowly just gliding along with you. It's that big. It's just almost unreal, almost unnatural, you want to say. But yeah, it's so big. Largest wingspan in the sim is 320 feet and 11 inches. What is the wingspan of the Mira, the 225? What was the wingspan of that plane actually? Because we did have that as a mod in there. I mean, you could download the Antonov Mira 225. You could actually download that into the sim. 290. Jesus, that was. And is that more than the Hercules, or is the Hercules the biggest right now? It's insane. Someone needs to get the Constellation flying next to it. Yeah. And the Mira. Incredible gigantic planes. It's absolutely insane. By the way, we are now currently still flying in Togo. We are moving up and on. Let's see, where are we? Let's close that off. Let's do that. And let's start that. There we go, connection. We're about halfway the first leg. About halfway the first leg right now. Oh. And yes, I am flying manually, fully manually. For those that are wondering, I'll show you. Right on top right here. No nothing. No navigation, no altitude, nothing set. This is fully manual, fully manual. And keep in mind, pilot is still an idiot. So, yep, we're still an idiot. Ain't there a mod for the... yeah, the Enterprise. Yeah, but there are mods for everything basically out there, yeah. The H4 has the largest in the sim, but since 2019, Stratolaunch has the largest span in real life at 385 feet. Stratolaunch, that is used for That is used for the wasn't that used for shooting the Richard Branson plane up into the air? Wasn't that the plane? That's the Stratolaunch? Or am I incorrect right now? Could be, could be. Hey, Kingsman, how are you doing in Liverpool, buddy? Hope you're doing well. It's built nearly the same, though. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. So, we are currently still moving and grooving. Who's flying along with us? We have Italian Yang fan right there. Doctor Who. We have Awold, My Chemistry. Awold, who had to restart because he blew up his Cody. And Stealth Wolf in the Hawker in the distance right there. If you want to fly along, head over to the Southeast Asia server. We just took off from Delta X-Ray November Golf. Delta X-Ray November Golf. And we are now headed towards Ouagadougou that is in Burkina Faso from Togo. The nearest airport, that is Delta Bravo Bravo November. Delta Bravo Bravo November right there. That is unfortunately the nearest one. And are we moving away or towards it? We're moving away from that as well. So yeah, it's we're definitely now coming into an... Oh, and we've got Amica there as well. Sorry, buddy. Stratolaunch is a different company, about 2 or 3 times bigger, I think. Does not yet have a space plane yet. I think the plane was to launch rocket from the plane. Oh, that was the one. That's why I'm confused with the one from Richard Branson. Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Because it's basically the same kind of thing. That one launches rockets. And the Richard Branson version also launches rockets, but up. Does it actually go up into space or to the edge of space? So yeah. Yeah, it's basically the same but upscaled. Exactly. That's why I was confused. And I will redeem that hydrate, buddy. Do not forget to hydrate. For those that are wondering, yes, we are on the final sip already. Wasn't Boeing connected to Stratolaunch? Could be. Could be. But let's face it, yeah, Boeing is having a bit of a bother right now. Having a bit of a bother. Amica beat you to it. Hey, how did that happen? I'm pretty sure Amica already claimed this was on Nerve. Huh? Range. I've seen that face before. Look at that thing. I'm slowly but steadily, by the way. Hey, flying J-Dog. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining it. Jesus Christ, sorry for my wording, but it resets after takeoff. It does? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that there, Amica. It's so big. It's so big. Oh, actually, I forgot to turn off the landing lights right there. Whoops. It's so big. Incredible. Look at that. Gigantic. How long is that flight going? The flight currently is usually about 2 or 3 hours, something like that. 2 or 3 hours at most. We don't fly that long, so the legs are relatively short, just to have a little bit of fun, you know. Get the Eurofighter! Exactly. No. Dark Star. You can do it in like 3 seconds flat. Yeah. Talking about the Dark Star, of course, we will be doing a Dark Star group flight as well from Bordeaux to Seattle to get the frequent flyer miles, achievement. There is an achievement flying from Bordeaux Airport, which is the home of Asobo, to Seattle, which is of course the home of Microsoft. And if you do that, you actually get the achievement frequent flyer miles. Now, once you get that, I've tried to do this twice actually in the 787. Really annoying because I never ever eventually got that achievement. But doing it in the Dark Star, you can actually do that flight in an hour and 15 minutes flat. So yeah. The Eurofighter is such a beauty in slow flight. Yeah, we actually need a good version of the Eurofighter. We have that in the sim, but it's just not a good version of it. It's just not a good version of it. But I'm pretty sure that eventually all these planes will come at the correct setting and study level, basically. So yeah, hey Quirt, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well there, my friend. Hope you're doing well in British Columbia. Sneeze and the stream will be over in the Dark Star. Basically, it's like we take off and we're landing. Yeah. Wasn't there a new one released a few weeks ago? There was? A Eurofighter? There's a new Eurofighter? Who did that? I know there's the one from Bredoken or something. What is he called? Bredoken? Or, yeah, I own that, by the way. But that's because it was, like, on sale for... No, it was free, actually. At one point, you could actually get that one for free. Yeah, and of course, everyone owns the Dark Star. Everyone owns the Dark Star. You can actually get the Dark Star is part, also, of course, of that Top Gun package. So that's really... Yeah, there is. Really. Interesting. Interesting. And is that study level, or... Good lord, we're being buffeted right here, my friends. We are absolutely being buffeted around. Let's see how that works out. There we go. Oop. Thermals on. We want to see those thermals. Takes a little bit of while to actually start and load up the thermals, but we can see them in a bit. The first one, I think, was a year old, maybe a year and a half. Yeah, that was the Bredoken one. But there's a new one out there, way even better. Ah, interesting. It's a lot better than the first one. That doesn't surprise me, actually. That really does not surprise me. The first one wasn't really... It was fun, but it was meant to actually be just... used to fly around, have a little bit of fun, you know. Just kicking it around and not taking it too seriously. But a little bit of taking the piss out of it, basically. As were a lot of planes at the start. A lot of planes were like that at the start. There weren't really that much study level planes. Funnily enough, the best planes that we actually had at the start were mostly modded ones from Microsoft Flight Simulator itself. So, yeah. I think the first one that was really actually pretty okay, I think was the one of the Coronado ones. Hey, you actually got the final sip. Yeah, the thermals have been started, but it takes a little bit of a time to actually see them. So yeah, the Griffin is a good plane. I think the A310 from, I think it's Milvis is pretty good actually. I like the A310. That's a very good model plane for GA. There are a few out there. They're pretty good actually, and they're yeah, any builds. Yeah. It's getting better and better, my friends. It is. It really is, and it's quickly getting better right now. It's quickly getting better, and that's a good thing. But it is also to be expected. If we weren't getting our hands on actually study level or high fidelity planes, at this point, I think Microsoft Flight Simulator would have been in a lot of problems, in a lot of trouble. But that's not the case. We're actually getting a lot of very, very cool stuff. Of course, everyone now has access to the A310 from AnyBuilds, which is absolutely free, and a study level plane. So yeah. I hope the Corsair is worth it. Can't wait for it to get on sale. Just wait for it, buddy. It will. It will. It will. Been flying around the last few days and I'm impressed with it. But that's the thing, you know. It's getting better and better and better. And there are so many planes now coming out at such a high rate that, yeah, you know, it's pretty amazing what's happening really right now. That's exactly what we've been waiting for. As you can see right there, yeah, there it is. There it is. That's actually what's pushing me to the left and pushing me to the right. That's right there. Harrier 2, and there is a Harrier in the sim, isn't there? I think there is. I saw a Harrier, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think there is one available right now, or it's still in development and coming. But yeah, yeah, there should be one already. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. Yeah, there is one. I've seen actually pictures of people landing Harriers on top of the one of the buildings in Los Angeles, something like that. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's. Oh, look at that! You're flying in the middle of nowhere, and then you see something like that. What would that be? Just waiting for it to come to the sim market. Yeah, okay. It's said that it's not possible to show planes while the sim is updating. No. 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 Basically, everything is locked there, Chris Kind. Basically, everything is locked. Yeah, you have to wait for the download to finish. You have to wait for that. But, having said that, Sim Update 11 is worth it. I have not seen that many crashes, to be honest. I have seen a lot of disconnects on the server, but currently, knock on wood, it's still holding up, so that's good. Your shadow is tiny compared to the, yeah. That is the Hercules. And that one right there is mine, right there. It's just right there. That's me. Hilarious. That is me right there. Yeah. Oh, good lord. I'm being chased. At least their compression is insanely good. It is. 41 gigabyte updates and only 18.99 gigabytes to download. It is. Joe Fox! How are you doing, Mr. Fox? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're having fun. How are you doing? For those that are new here, by the way, I am, of course, Shoni from Shoni Gaming. No, no, you're kidding. No, I'm not. And what we are doing is the following. I'm going to show you what we are trying to achieve here with this channel and this flight with these flights in particular, but with the channel in general. We want to fly with this tiny little airplane that you see right there to every single country in the world. That is the idea. Now, we started out last year in... oh, sure, you can always ask a question, Joe. You can always ask a question. Don't worry. I mean, there are no such things as stupid questions. I might give you an incredibly stupid answer. Yeah, well, I had a 6-month hiatus, actually, Crisp. We started out in Europe, and we have flown all over Europe, right there. So we have done that part. And we are now also flying along the coastline here of Africa. So what you see right there, that is the coastline of Africa. That's what we are now flying. And we are currently in this area right here. So we've flown all along these countries as well. And we are now here in Togo flying to Burkina Faso. So we still have, well, the rest to do, basically. We still have the rest to do. I'm doing a round the world trip of my own. I am doing a Phileas Fogg route. Ooh, nice one. Around the world in 80 days. Loving that, loving that. But my question is, I am taking off from Shanghai and Azure is bugging out on me. Are you saying that the server is bugging out on you in general? So, yeah. And the good thing about this flight, after every country Shoni has been updated, the update comes out 9 times out of 10. Yeah. 9 times out of 10. But yeah, this is what we are currently doing. We are flying to every single country in the world. So, yeah. But do you mean that if you take off from Shanghai, the servers just bug out on you? Or, because in my case, I just keep on, if you're asking The most stable server currently, I think, is Southeast Asia. That's the one most streamers are flying on, simply because it's yeah, you can keep your group flying along with you, if that is what you mean. Or do you mean that the sim crashes? That could, are you doing a crash to desktop? Switching to offline that's weird. Oh, text to speech. Okay, so you're I don't use ATC at all. I stopped using it about a year ago. It was simply too annoying. It's constantly out of sync. It's constantly not working perfectly. It's just one big mess. So yeah, it's one big mess. On which server are you at the moment, and is there a way to log into the server on your own without plugins? Yeah, you can just hop onto the Southeast Asia server and you should be good. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're on all players, it's fine. Don't go to live. Live means that you're flying in a live environment. Has nothing to do with the Xbox Live. Just go to all players and you should be able to see us. We should be able to see you. It works, yeah. I kind of want immersion, but it's fine. Yeah, well, I get where you're coming from, Joe Fox. I really do. And to be honest, if it worked, I would have used it as well. I've used it at the beginning, but it was constantly pushing me up to higher altitudes or lower altitudes where there was no need for that because I was constantly flying on VFR anyway, which was rather annoying. And yeah, the ATC of Microsoft Flight Simulator, it is well known that it's really not that good. Unfortunately, it's pretty bad actually. The ATC is pretty bad. So what you could do is use Pilot 2 ATC. It's actually called exactly like that. It's let me see. It's called Pilot 2 ATC, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's named. And that is apparently a whole lot better. Unfortunately, that is payware. That is payware. But apparently that's a whole lot better. And if you want, of course, the full immersion, yeah, then you have to go with VATSIM. Then you have to go with VATSIM. And yes, you can fly VFR on VATSIM. Don't get me wrong, you can fly VFR on VATSIM. The guys on VATSIM do not appreciate streamers that much, as they don't mind the streamer themselves, but the thing is that the group around them, which also usually flies along with them, can cause a lot of problems, especially when coming in for a landing on bigger airports or more busy airports. And I get that. I do. I really do get that. I do understand it. It's one of the reasons why I do not fly on VATSIM. The second one is I'm an absolute coward. So yeah, yep. Real talk, I'm an absolute coward. Yeah, I'm scared out of my mind. Well, no, I'm not scared out of my mind, but I'm pretty scared to actually get into the real life thing. I will be doing it, but yeah, there is a thing. VATSIM is a long way off for me. Maybe not there, Italian Yang fan. It might go quicker than you think. Might go a lot quicker than you think. So yeah, I'm not scared of it, but I see it as a game, not a realistic thing. Well, that is the beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator, in my opinion. You know, everyone has a different take on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Someone wants to do it full realism with VATSIM and stuff like that. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. Others just want to have a laugh, start up the flight sim on their Xbox, get the controller out, and just have a little bit of fun, you know, flying around. I mean, or flying around with your kids or stuff like that. Works fine. Works absolutely fine too. So it kind of depends on exactly what is your take on Microsoft Flight Simulator. And Microsoft Flight Simulator caters to every single group of people and everything in between. So that is what makes this sim so good. That is what makes this simulation so good. And yes, I think it is a simulation. It may have started out very kind of gamified, but right now I think it's a sim. So yeah, I'm not streaming. I'm not streaming. I am a streamer, but no stream right now. I get Sats in November, December, but yeah, I don't want to go that far. Okay. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, the Pilot to ATC site is not working for me. just try to get on it. I will see if I can get some information for you about that. But it should be available. I wish Microsoft would do something like live events, like air shows, etc. in the sim. Would bring more wind into the community. Well, to be honest, actually, the community is growing. Has grown with Microsoft Flight Simulator exponentially. So yeah. Hey, John Twitch, Togo. Yes, Togo. Well, actually, we're now heading into Burkina Faso. We are just about to leave Togo. So yeah. And there you go. Shout out to Joe. No problem right there. Thank you very much, Emeka. Thank you. Thank you very much for doing that, buddy. So yeah. And let me see. Let me see. Can I actually pilot to ATC? No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, the website is down. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Joe. I can't reach it either. So that's yeah, that's a thing. And fun fact, we can now actually see that we have a tailwind. You can see that we have a tailwind right here. How cool is that? That is pretty cool. Either way, be right back, and thank you very much for the shout out. You didn't need to do that. Well, that's what we're here for. We're one giant, big, fun-loving community, brother. So don't worry about that. Fatsim had an event for real-world GA fly-in. Forgot the name. That is something to do with wings. That's wing first wings. Wings, Oshkosh. Ah, okay, okay. Hey, Dodge Bread, good to see you, buddy. Uh, well, you do have these events right here. I'll link that right here. It's not that very informative right now, but it is. If you want to start flying on VATSIM and you're a little bit hesitant about that, the first wings events are meant for people who are starting out on VATSIM as well. So you can check that out, of course, if you want to. You can check that out if you want to. Let's see who's still flying along with us. We have Italian Yank fan right there. We have Fire Sandy is up in the air. Doctor Who. We have Abold and Stealth Wolf and Emeka right there as well. So yeah. Is that all? Yep, that's all. Not a large group today, but it's fine. It's fine. Having a little bit of fun. If you want to fly along, of course, you're more than welcome to fly along. We just flew over the border of Togo into Burkina Faso. Let's see, the nearest airport is a long way away. So what you can do is actually take off and then slew into us. And you can do that by pressing the Yankee or the Y key, and then you will see your plane pause actually. Use the WASD keys and the keys on your keypad to move closer and to our group, and then press the Yankee key again, and the plane will you can get control over the plane again and fly along with us. So yeah, we have a new book at work. For employees to read, Surrounded by Idiots. Not a joke. Surrounded by Idiots. That's genius. That's absolute genius. All right, I think we just actually we really are now in Togo, or in Burkina Faso. Excuse me, Burkina Faso. Yeah. We just crossed the border into Burkina Faso. Actually, the border is right there. That is the border of Burkina Faso right there. Where my mouse is now going. That's the border. And we are now in the next country. Heading for Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou is, of course, the capital of Burkina Faso. So we're going to land there for today. Now let's see how far off is that. Still an hour to fly. As you can see right here on the panel. Let's switch over to range right there. So that's yeah, a little bit more than 100 nautical miles. Let's go back to that screen right there, to the PFD, and let's See if I can actually go. So we still have 125 nautical miles to go. There we are. Back and yeah, I'm on day 5 of my trip. I made it to Shanghai and I'm currently heading for Tokyo. After Tokyo, I will be head for San Francisco. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. The thing is, we have, but it's been an amazing journey. I mean, flying around the world actually gives you so much more freedom than I ever thought, and it is really cool to do that. And everyone has a different take on it, you know. So a few of us are flying in Cessna 172s around the world. Some are doing the same thing but in commercial planes, flying around to every single country or the world. You know, there are so many things going on. It's so much fun. It's all good. It's all good. It's just about having fun. It's just about having fun, you know. You're flying in the A320 Neo. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's just exactly the way you want to play it and the way you want to fly your sim. It all comes down to your own preference. So yeah, it all comes down to your own preference, and that's the beauty of it. In my case, I decided for myself, I want to fly around the world. How am I going to do that? Well, there were several ways, of course, to do that. You could do it in GA, do it commercial. There were several ways. In my case, my first thought was, can I actually fly around the world in a GA plane, in a Cessna plane, for instance? And at first I thought, let's do that in the Cessna 152, because I only owned the standard version. Darkstar around the world in 15 minutes. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was my first idea actually. Could I actually do it in a Cessna 172 or 152? Because I owned the standard version. The thing was that the Cessna 152 only has a range of 4 to 450 nautical miles, something like that. So I quickly had to switch to the 172, which has a range of about, this plane has a range of about 700 nautical miles, something like that. So it was just enough so I could reach most islands and most areas that I wanted to reach. Of course, there are still places where I cannot go. For instance, I want to fly to every single state in the United States as well. So not just to every country, but also every state in the US. I cannot fly to Hawaii. There's no way I can reach Hawaii in that. You simply can't. Other than set the fuel to infinite. That's the only other way. So that we will be flying, for instance, in a commercial plane. Probably the A310, probably. But, you know, everyone has that plane. We'll fly with the A310 to Hawaii. From there, fly around in the Cessna 172, and then fly from Honolulu back to probably Los Angeles. Probably Los Angeles. But that's still a year or two off at least. Yesterday I was flying Hong Kong to Shanghai, and it was about 10 p.m. for me. But I saw a sunrise where I was flying, because for them it was about 6 a.m. It was so beautiful. Yes. Yes. Tried the DC-3 flying good for a minute from the airport into the trees. Can you see me? Fire Sandy. Yes, I can see you. You're right there, buddy. You are right there, just above me right there. So yeah. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, just changing something like the time zone right there, boop, to either. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool look. Look at that. Interesting. So changing actually yeah, that's pretty awesome actually. Figured out something new. You know, but something like this, I mean, the sun coming up in Africa. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, okay, that's a red card. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's too much Lion King right there. Yeah, that's too much Lion King right there. But yeah, Yeah, I know. The picture did not do it justice, but and the same holds true, you know, for sunsets as well. They're so awesome to watch. I mean, at that, look at that. How beautiful is that? Almost, yeah, almost, yeah. You know, with the yeah, with the you mean with the views of the aerial views basically here. Yeah, that almost it does give you a little bit of that vibe, doesn't it? Fun fact, by the way, Super Typhon, and this holds true for everyone. It is one of Sebastian Wolf's goals. So Sebastian from Asobo, it is one of his goals to actually integrate the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights into the sim as a real simulated thing. It's one of his goals. It's so cool to see stuff like this happening, you know, real time, real life. You can change it any which way you like, and it looks so stunningly beautiful. Yeah. I would, if they would do, well, the thing I would love the most, to be honest, the thing I would love the most is actually currently is seasons. If they can implement seasons, that would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, and Jorgman Sandstorms. I know, and it's crazy. They're working on stuff like that. It's yeah. It was a little cloudy for me, but it was really beautiful now. Yeah, and but I keep I love. Oh, sorry, really beautiful, and I loved it. But I keeping on real time, real weather, and it produces some fun flights. It does. It does. It absolutely does. In my case, because I stream always on a fixed time. In my case, I always stream at 1 o'clock Central European Standard Times on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It means actually that once we are heading east, the time zones will change. I do not want to fly at night. So the only thing I will change is the time zone. So we will be flying during daylights. And that might mean that we are actually could be landing just at sunset or taking off just on sunrise. That is an option, but you know, it's yeah. I do want to see where I'm flying actually, because let's face it, if you're completely doing a dark flight all the time, yeah, there's not too much fun in that. It looks beautiful and switching back and forth, that's fine, but yeah. My download's finished when you land. Well, but I'll be back again tomorrow there, Chris Kind. I will be back again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Same time, same place. I will be here, and we will be flying from Ouagadougou to Niamey in Niger. Yeah, the capital of Niger. So yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Joe Fox, for that follow. I truly appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Welcome to the cabin crew, my friend. Welcome to the cabin crew. So yeah, 108 nautical miles to go. Let's start actually leveling, going up a little bit right there. No worries, buddy. I know you have to go to work. That's absolutely fine. Makazi, welcome to the cabin crew as well, my friend. How are you doing? And you guys, as followers, you get actually access to a lot of extra emotes as well. So yeah, my work PC is acting up. Oh, that's not good. All right. Samedi. Thank you very. Is that Baron Samedi? I just want to know. I'm curious. I am curious. How are you doing, Samedi? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Cabin Crew as well, and thank you very much. I truly appreciate each and every follow that we get. I appreciate all the support that this channel can get to grow and grow and grow. So yeah, it's not. No, it's not. Hope you're having fun, my friend. I hope you're having fun. Doing good, thanks. Great to see you back in streaming. I know, buddy. I told you guys I would be back. It took me 6 months to actually finish the project, but finish it we did, which means that, I'm now continuing, of course, my flight. And we are back in Africa. We are flying over the African plains right here, heading now currently towards Ouagadougou in in Burkina Faso, the next country. Tomorrow we will be flying from Burkina Faso to Niger, to Niamey, and on Friday we're flying from Niger to, and I have to look this up. The next country will be Benin. We are flying towards Benin. So yeah, it's a constant continuation, flying to every country. I think we're up to 65 or 66 countries right now. So yeah, it's it's a thing. I'm about 1 hour and 26 out of Tokyo, so I will start for San Francisco today. But that's going to be a heck of a flight, I reckon. Across it's 4K nautical miles. Yeah. Those are the long hauls. Actually, the long hauls. Yeah, that's usually about 8 to 10 hour flying, stuff like that. Yeah, they're long. They're really long. But hey, we can now actually do the long haul flights in study level planes as well, my friends. We can do long haul flights in study level planes because we have the A310 from Anybuilds available. And my friends, if you downloaded the standard plane from Anybuilds, or the DC3 for that matter, do not forget to go to the marketplace to download the enhanced version. There is an enhanced version, and also there is a update from working title for the Garmin 430, 530 as well. They're working on that right now. So if you want an upgraded version of the Garmin, you can actually get your hands on that right now and download that from the marketplace too. So make sure once you've downloaded the update for Sim Update and actually got all of the planes extra that you are now getting, and there are a lot of them. I think 13 or 14 in total, something like that. Make sure you also go to the marketplace and download the enhanced versions as well for at least the A310 from Anybuilds and the DC3. Those two are available as far as I could tell. So yeah. Sandy, what's going on, buddy? Is there something we can help you out with? I hope there is. All right. I noticed that we were slightly descending. So I'm actually going to push up the plane a little bit back to about 3,000 feet. Currently, we're still moving and grooving. We are now exactly 100 nautical miles away from Ouagadougou. We are currently already flying in Burkina Faso, and we will see everything change. The current green areas that we are now watching, yeah, they will turn into sand quickly. Tomorrow, it is a straight line from Ouagadougou to Niamey, and it's just sand, guys. It's just sand. It's one straight line flying there. Not that much to see. But we need to do it. We need to do it. We need to do it to fly to every single country in the world. That's the thing. So yeah. Do you own a Stream Deck? Because I discovered you can control your autopilot from the Stream Deck. That is fun. Well, Joe, let me show you. I do not own a Stream Deck. What I actually own is this. It's called Touch Panel. And it's on my... I use it actually to control my OBS. So, no, I do not own a Stream Deck. Whoa. There we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Sorry. Here we go. That is much better. It's a thing. So, yeah, I use that actually to control my... I can use that to control my OBS, but I can also use it to control planes. Mistakes were made. Doctor Who, exactly. Mistakes were made. But the thing I use the most... actually is this right here, and I will zoom that in a little bit right there. You can see it right there. It is the Class Echo. I use the Class Echo to control my entire plane. I can do autopilot here. I can do autopilot right there. Everything is up here. I can set the I can control my entire plane if I want to. I can control my entire plane if I want to. As you can see right here, I can turn on I can change the altitude right here quite easily. I can set the courses and the navigations right there. I can turn on and off the autopilot if I wanted to. There we go. It's now on autopilot. I can do that, of course, also with my with my Bravo. But yeah, yeah, trust me, Class Echo, it's not cheap, but it's so worth it because every single plane has its own screen. Every single plane has its own screen, so it's really 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 cool. It's a really cool tool to have. You build it yourself. This is actually a kit. So this is 3D printed, and the top is 3D printed. The screen and there is a not a Raspberry Pi, but a Arduino board right there that controls everything. You get to buy the knob and stuff like that, so you can control everything. I mean, it's really good. It is really good. Let's just buy a 3D printer and build one. Yeah, basically, Stealth Wolf, you could. In theory, you could. The only thing is, Stealth Wolf, what you'll be missing is the software. So you have to get the software somehow. And you have to use SpadNext to control it. So yeah, this works through what is called SpadNext. And I use SpadNext for quite a while. SpadNext basically replaces the standard profiles in Microsoft Flight Simulator for your peripherals. And it actually creates new profiles, and you can completely program each and every plane with a standard profile. SpadNext will detect which plane you are flying and automatically switch to that profile. So you no longer need to look through all the profiles in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You just make one SpadNext profile in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and SpadNext will actually control the profiles for you. So it's not easy to set up, but it works absolutely like a charm once you get the hang of that. It's really, really great. So yeah, there are a lot of cool stuff you can actually do from here. And if I actually switch over to a commercial plane, it sets it up for commercial. So Fly-by-Wire has its own setup. The PMDG 737 has its own setup. The CJ4 has its own setup. Each and every plane is controlled differently. And it also controls, of course, the Garmin as well. So if I go into my my Garmin settings right here, I go to GPS, I select MFD right here. So now I'm controlling the map, the MFD version. I click range at the top, and I can actually zoom in and zoom out quite easily, as you can see here. I can open the flight plan if I want to and change everything. I can open the menu if I want and change everything. I mean, it's direct to, I can change the comms, I can change the navigation. It's great, but yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's you can use it any which way you want. That's the beauty of it as well. You're absolutely right. If you can program that through a Stream Deck as well, if should you want to. I mean, you can do quite a lot actually. So yeah, if you bind those specific keys, you could actually do that. 13% to go getting there. Well, we still have 88 nautical miles to go. So the new plane updates. Let me see. Use autopilots to fly my planes. Should I turn that off? No. It should work. I should be able to take off and land with the new updates. Yes, you should. Yeah. I only have 6-button Stream Deck, but that's really cool being able to do that. But the thing is, you can do quite a lot with actually those few. The Stream Deck is extremely versatile. The Stream Deck is very, very versatile. So yeah, gonna start in Burkina so I can watch the landings. Excellent, buddy. Excellent. Because you're not specifically bound to one way to control your flight simulator. That's the beauty, I think. I mean, you can do it any which way you want. You want to fly with keyboard and mouse, you go fly with keyboard and mouse. You want to fly with a controller, you fly with a controller. In my case, I have been very fortunate to be able to invest quite a lot into my flight simulator. I mean, I got the Alpha Yoke that you see right here. The Alpha Yoke, I actually got that for my birthday last year, and I got the Bravo. I bought that myself, so I was really lucky and fortunate to get my hands on that stuff. So yeah, you know, it's just how far would you want to go down that rabbit hole? But it is a rabbit hole, and it is. I also see it like it is a hobby. You know, it's definitely a hobby, and hobbies cost money. Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying you should do and buy the exact same thing. I'm not saying you should buy the Class Echo. Use what is comfortable for you to use. This is what I'm using, and I'm really happy with it. I mean, I'm enjoying this stuff so much. So yeah, it's but it all comes down to how do you want to play. You want to play this with the joystick and a HOTAS? Go do that. Go do that. Well, there you go. I got myself a HOTAS for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I felt you at least need that, as the keyboard and mouse is hard to control the plane yeah, I have the same thing. I cannot control the plane with a keyboard and a mouse. I've seen people do it in stream. I'm absolutely amazed at those that can do it. I really am. I have no clue how they do it. But yeah, it's not for me. It definitely isn't for me. I love the way I've set it up right now, and I'm really, really happy. And I know really, really blessed and fortunate with that. So yeah, I do know that I'm really lucky. Let me see you. No, we lost you too, buddy. Yep, we lost you. You're probably somewhere over there in the distance. Somewhere over there in the distance. Actually, pretty nice lake there. Hello. And it all comes down to how much fun you are having and what you want to do. It's your settings. Ah, okay. It all comes down to what you want to do. What's your goal? I mean, we had a lot of people starting out here on the Xbox, actually, just flying along with us, having a little bit of fun, just because I told them to. People who were new to this or were scared to just fly along, I was just like, no, come on. Start it up, get in the air, set the settings to easy, and just fly along. And from there on, use your settings actually to increase the difficulty. Make it harder and harder and harder for you. And you will notice that it is not that hard as you think it is. It really isn't. Using a desktop computer, yeah, exactly. That's most people who actually start out in Microsoft Flight Simulator use it on the desktop. Of course they do. But there are a few people out there. Italian Yank fan, correct me. I'm not sure if he's still here, but if you are, I think Italian Yank fan actually was one of the people who started out on an Xbox, then went over to a PC, and now is going from GA learning to how to fly commercial. I mean, I love the way people progress like that. I love it. I mean, and there's so much to do, so much to learn. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're never a noob. No one is a noob in Microsoft Flight Simulator because you're constantly learning. Everyone is learning. There is so much to learn. So yeah, each and every time you think, hey, I know everything right now, something new comes out, and hey, you're back to square one. Back to square one, having to learn everything new all over again. And that's fine. That's the beauty of this sim, That's the absolute beauty. And I love it for it. So yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And also, in my case, constantly exploring countries and seeing the way the earth changes on you. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, in the distance there, we can still make out all the lush green land right there. We're back right now into the sandbox. Yep, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Absolutely brilliant. And I love that. I absolutely do. So yeah. Yes, I am. Never change the server there, Sandy. Never change the server. I'm still on Southeast Asia. Yeah. I am still on Southeast Asia. I'll probably have to land off stream. I have to do an interview at 3 p.m. So anybody is in the DevOps and looking for a job, DM me. DC, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Yes, you are. You're more than enough time, buddy. More than enough time. We still have 75 nautical miles to go. Still 75 nautical miles. So at least, how long are we flying still? Half an hour. So yeah, it's a short stream today, actually. Thought it would be a little bit longer, but it's actually a pretty short stream. I'm having mega fun just trying to get the challenge of getting around the world on a route based off the book I've done, about 9 or 10 legs. as far and as I said, day 5, this route will probably take a week, maybe, or a bit longer. But once I'm done, I will be able to say I did it. Well, that's the thing there. That is exactly the thing. You know, setting your goals in this case and trying to achieve something that to others may seem impossible to do. You know, but just sticking to it. Sticking to it. In my case, as I said, we are flying to every single country in a Cessna, and that is a flight plan that will take us at least, well, I think it's about 6 years time total to complete it. 6 years, I'm not kidding. Because we are flying to every single country in the world. It takes so much time. But it's a great goal to set for yourself. In the end, this is a sandbox. And it's exactly what you make of it. That's the enjoyment you also get out of it. So, yeah. For some people, it's learning to fly a lot of planes. Or learning how to fly one plane very, very good, you know. I mean, for some people, it's simulating actual airlines. Some people integrate it with on-air or a similar. I mean, what's the other one? Skypad or something like that. And there are a few others like that, you know. And simulating like you're starting out in a business and growing that, you know. It's kind of like. Kind of like playing Euro Truck Simulator or something like that. Or Truck Simulator in general. Something, starting up a company. For other people, each and everyone has its own different approach to flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. And that's what makes it so absolutely cool. That is exactly what makes it so cool. Great to hear that, Sandy. Great to hear that. So yeah, it all comes down to how you want to approach it in your own manner, because that is exactly what this simulator is about, and that holds true for X-Plane as well and Prepared as well. Don't get me wrong, it holds true for these simulators, of course, as well. But I think that the way to get into Flight Simulator is much easier in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's much more accessible because it is available on a console. Because it is available because the layers of setting, for one, is gamified. But you know, there are people out there who say, yeah, this is too much of a game. If you set all the settings to low, then yes, it is. But the Microsoft Flight Simulator is no longer the same beast that it was like a year or 2 years ago. It isn't. If I crash my plane, Shoni, it's not the plane, it's my setting. It's fine, buddy. It's absolutely fine. Anyone who thinks this is too much of a game needs to crank the realism settings up. That. What DC just said there, that. Just crank up the realism settings and we'll talk again. Yeah. Yeah. Because in my case, I have the realism settings at full blast. It's a poor craftsman what blames this tool. True. Well said there. You're on a roll there, DC. Wow. Well played, sir. You know, the thing is, actually, there was I read a discussion somewhere on a forum between a green card. Yeah, definitely. I read a discussion on the forums from there was in the Netherlands we have these flight sim clubs like you have them all over the world, and there was a discussion going on between a younger guy who was flying Microsoft Flight Simulator to an older guy who was flying Prepare. And the discussion was that Microsoft Flight Simulator was too much of a game, where the younger guy said, well, here's a key, you know, for the Game Pass, install it, download it, and then put all the settings to high and start yellow card. Exactly. Set all the settings to high and try to take off with that with a certain plane. So the guy came over and tried to do a challenge flying from A to B in Microsoft Flight Simulator at full realism settings. He could not get the plane from the ground. Apparently he was used in prepared somehow to fly at easier settings than he was used to flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator at full realism, and he could not get the plane from the ground. So it's all down to perception. People who actually think that Microsoft Flight Simulator is a game have 9 times out of 10 not played current Microsoft Flight Simulator. So yeah, bet he felt like a proper Muppet. Yeah. He lost the bet. Basically, he lost the bet. The old guy lost the bet. It was, yeah, of course. But it also goes to show how far Microsoft Flight Simulator has gone. Those Belgian Flight Sim Club had the same idea. Only prepare or stay out. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, you know. They're basically stuck in their own little world, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing prepared here. Because you can fly on full realism in prepared. I'm not dissing X-Plane here as well. You can, of course, the flight models are brilliant. But I think it's about what you do with it. You can play or sim or both. Exactly. But that's the beauty of it. Because Microsoft Flight Simulator has the name of being a game or gamifying flight simming, but it's actually not. It's just the way you approach it. It's the way you approach it that actually goes to show how much how much this flight sim has matured over the last 2 years. And it is maturing more and more and more. So yeah, I used to fly the DC-3. It was a good flying good, then landing into the trees. Ouch. But yeah, you know, it's the thing is, it all comes. Wow, look at that, by the way. It's exactly this, by the way, as well. This right here. I mean, this is something you will not see in either prepared or in X-Plane. So yeah. Most serious simmers don't really know what VFR means. True. True. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Super Typhon. That's the thing, because most of them fly IFR anyway. Most of them fly IFR, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. Hippo playgrounds. I know, right? That was the first thing that came to my mind. Hippos. Oh God, please don't let there be hippos. Please no hippos. True, I am flying I'm flying on easy assist with unlimited fuel off, and AI talks to the ATC off. But as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. Yes, it is a game, but it's also very simulation. The maps look amazing, and if you choose to make you can make it real life. Just choose not to because I'm interested in learning to be a real player to play a game. Well, that's the thing. That's exactly what I'm saying here. Once you start out in this flight simulator, you can set the settings exactly to the level that you want, which is fine. If you want to fly and just have fun, don't be concerned about either fuel consumption or how much passengers you're carrying, the weight, the meters, and just want to fly from A to B, enjoying beautiful views in incredibly modeled planes, you can do that. In my case, I think it's very, very cool to actually start the plane up full realism, cold and dark, and see if I can bring that thing to life, program it, take it up in the air, fly from A to B, do a perfect landing, and then taxi and turn it off again. I like that. You know, but and there's everything in between. So yeah, it's so cool. You can do both in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can do both. And that is what makes this sim so good and so great, in my opinion. It leaves room for everyone, and you can still have fun with each other flying along. Because if you decide to go on full game and fly along with me, you will see no difference. I will see you just flying out there, having fun, enjoying yourself. If you don't want that, that's fine too. Fly full realism, that's absolutely fine. In my case, I'm on full realism right here. I am full realism. What's Hippo favorite music? Hip hop. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I keep unlimited fuel off because it's no challenge if you can't run out of fuel. True, true. But if you want it, you could do it. You could. There is an option for that. So yeah, he's still using waypoints, not really visual references from the charts. True, true. Yeah. Even Shoni is not flying VFR, really VFR. No, I'm not. I am not. I'm not using visual waypoints. I am not. I am flying. I have a flight plan. I mean, of course, I have a flight plan. It's right there. I mean, absolutely right. But that's simply because I want to, yeah, I want to, want to make sure that we are all flying in the same direction. So it's basically, I am on a flight. Let's just say, if I would not do this flight on stream, I'm not sure if I'd actually be using a flight plan. To be honest, I don't think I would. So yeah. In the US, you're still VFR. Oh, okay, really? So even using a flight plan, it's okay. Next hippo on the right will use the GPS. That's allowed. Wow. Wow. Honestly, honestly. The hippo thing, I will never be rid of that, will I? I will never be rid of that. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's fine. It's it's not the plane, it's the pilot. GPS voice will be in a hippo accent. Is there such a thing as a hippo accent? Is there such a thing? You can still use any navigation aids you want under VFR in the US. Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Wildlife. There we go. For the uninitiated. I will redeem that hydrate, Amica. Should be able to fly all my planes and take off and land on the streams. Excellent, buddy. Barbecue Beef! How are you doing, buddy? Bonjour, mon ami, bonjour. How is... Oh, that's fine. That's fine. How is Montreal doing today? Or Montreal? Actually, Barbecue Beef, I have a question for you. Do you actually... Do you speak French normally? Or are you on the English side of Montreal? Or is it Montreal in your case? I'm always wondering about that. I was always wondering about that. Salut, mes amis. It's snowing. It's snowing. Don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife. Well, English side. It's English slash. Of course it's Quebecois. It's French, but yeah. Of course it's French. It's in Quebec, Quebec. But yeah, I was under the impression that English was banned in all of Quebec. I don't think it is, but everything is in French. Well, is French, is Quebecois actually the same thing as French? Is it the exact same language, or is it? Are there differences like Mexican Spanish or Spanish? So yeah. I am an Anglophone in Quebec and can speak French thanks to the French ladies. Ah, ooh la la. Well played, sir. Well played. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Ooh la la. Like in Scotland, the further north you go, the more you speak Gaelic. Yeah, true, true. Absolutely true. At least Montreal is safer than Quebec City. I went there on my family's road trip in 2010, and a guy shoved my sister out of the bathroom at the petrol station. Really? That's rude. That is rude. How's the French kissing? Red card right there, Stealth. Well played. You're on a roll. They are bigger Francophone chauvinists than in French, probably. Although the French do know, yeah. Speaking as a European, don't get me wrong, I love the French. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do. I love the country. I love it's beautiful. I love the food. It's excellent. I even love the language, even though I don't speak it. It's just so sultry. It's yeah. I mean, a French guy could read the phone book and actually pick up a girl with that. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's annoying. The Dutch don't have that. We have too much. I mean, yeah, you know, we're kind of like Jewish, funnily enough. Lots of huks in there. Sir, fresh coffee. I wish, Quert, I wish. But do not forget to hydrate. Very important. Muy importante. We have 40 nautical miles to go. We're getting there. We're getting there. I took French in school. All I remember is French. Je mets mon. Je mets mon pantalon. Ah oui. The thing is, yeah, I can understand the French language a little bit, but not much. I got told off once for asking a French dressing. I thought I was at a salad bar. Wow. He's on a roll. Meanwhile, I'm listening to podcasts that are just a guy reading the names of products in IKEA catalog. DC. Every time I walk into IKEA, I feel like I just walked into a Viking opera. I don't know what it is. Amica, I'm absolutely sorry about that. He's Swedish, by the way. But yeah, it's like I walk into a Viking opera. You know, it's so weird. I feel violated. Red card right there. Oh, good lord. Oh, that's hilarious. The girls love the French tongue. It's a very romantic language, French. It is. It is. It's basically built to woo women. It is. Yes. They don't call them Romance languages for nothing. True, true, true. Da inte ia om Ikea. Dedrar jag har friend. Did I just say that correctly? I'm not sure what you just said there, but it's probably not good. Knowing you, yeah, that's not gonna be good. Shoni trying to speak Swedish. Yeah, epic fail. Did I say that correctly? He says. Of course I didn't. I didn't. Of course I didn't. I threw the Swedish language right under the bus. Right there. Right under the bus. Shoni language lessons while flying. Yeah, indeed. They occupy an important place in the market. It's not crap like at Walmart, and it's not super expensive like proper furniture store. That's the thing, DC Viper. I mean, don't get me wrong. IKEA is a freaking brilliant concept. It is. It's an absolutely brilliant concept. It's so incredibly smart, and it goes to show because it's one of the biggest. If it, I mean, you can say IKEA to each and every country in the world, and everyone knows what you're talking about. It just is. Het men praat niet slecht over IKEA, dan vertrek ik. Which basically means don't badmouth IKEA or I'm leaving. That's literally what it means. And it was perfectly translated in Dutch right there. Perfectly translated in Dutch. Chris Kind, I can see you. You're there. There he is. There he is. Chris Kind is in the air. Yep. I I can say that speaking French doesn't help on romance. Well, it might be just me. Who knows, buddy? Who knows? They haven't figured out how to make flat pack mud huts. Give them time. They will. I'm absolutely sure that they will. All right, my friends, let's start looking into the approach. I am actually going to go to autopilot right here because what I'm going to do right now is let me see. I'm going to overlay Navigraph. Bippity boppity boop. Why is this not working? Because I didn't overlay the navigraph right there. Talking of the stands might give you a problem when you get them in your list. We'll just have to wait and see, buddy. Let me see. Open the flight right there. Now we are heading for Delta Foxtrot Delta. That is Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso. We have two runways, but first let's see what is the weather right there. So we're going to open the airport and we see the METAR right here. We have a METAR, the wind is 30 at 11 knots. So 030 at 11 knots. That's steep. That is pretty steep. Clear skies though, well yeah, that's kind of obvious. It's right there. Let's see. We have the pressure is 1013, so let's make sure actually that we're correct in that's 20. Yeah, okay, so that should go down a little bit, but that's fine. Let's see, which runways do we have? Runway 04. Well, that's the one that's going to be the one, isn't it? Yeah. That's going to be the one. So let's hide that. Then open the flight plan again and let's select runway 04. We can see it right there, of course. It's full green, so that's absolutely brilliant. WX in weather in navigate. Yeah, it's Navigraph is DC Navigraph has upped its game incredibly with sim update with update 8. So yeah. They read it from the sim or real life. I think real life. These are real life reports, as far as I know. DC. But yeah, it's they really sim update sim update 8. I want to say sim update, but Navigraph 8 has incredibly improved. I already impressed with update 8. I just didn't know. Yeah, there is. It's awesome. Look at that. I mean, you can simply go straight into. Let me see. Boop, right there. We have general information right here, runway information right there, and we can actually pull up the information, extra information right here on the runway as well. Even the slope is there. You can get that information right there. How cool is that? Weather information and the comms channels if you want them. Still has broken RMP and RN. They do? Interesting. But yeah, it's. I think it's a great tool. It's an absolute. I think it's become so much better. It's become so much better. Imagine trying to say this place in ATC. Hello, Ugugaga. This is United 372. You can check any approach, they're all busted. Hey. Let me see. Well, I need to add this to the approach at least. Let's close that off. So we now have our approach. No, that's the arrival console. So we could do C. Fun fact. Let's see. Runway for actually, what information do we have for the runways? I'm still trying to figure this out at times, so bear with me. Cancel. Right. So we have that. Information. No, that should be good. There we are. Do we have an ILS approach yet? We do. ILS runway 4 final. Let me see. Add this to the route. There we go. So now we actually have down here the map. And I want to overlay that right there. Boop. Done and done. All right. So there's our information. All right. Now we have everything we need to know. 110.1. So let's feed that information into Microsoft Flight Simulator right here. So we're going for comms, and we want 11. Let's show you guys how that works. 110.1. Enter. Switch that to active. That's now active. So that's good. All right. So we got the ILS now programmed right there. It's already picked it up. We should be at 2600, which is fine because we're at 3000, so we're a little bit high. But that's fine too. All right. So yeah. Ouagadougou coming up. How far away are we? We are 18 nautical miles away. So let's zoom that in as well. Go. Off autopilot again. And let's see if we can try and get this approach. Now, you guys stay in the air. As always, keep in mind, you know how it works. You know how it works. Go over to the PFD because we are close enough. And let's switch to CDI. Oh, no, FMS. 6. There we are. That's set. Runway 04. Runway 04. The ILS frequency is 110.1. 110.1. You want to reach at about. You want to approach it at about 2,600 feet. The runway is at 1,034 feet, so there is a minimum of 1,034. Let me see, what is the actual minimum right here? One 138. So 1,334. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, 1,334. So we could set the minimums if we wanted to. Let's see, can I actually do that from here? All right, let's set the altimeter correctly. There we go. Right. GPS, nope. Nope. Well, that's fine. Because we need to... Oh, hang on a sec. I know where that is. I know where that is. That is... Let me see. It's easier when I do it like that. Is it PFD options? Barrow, no. So somewhere where you could actually enter that. Oh, here it is. Minimums. There we go. Found it. Turn that on. And that is... let's see. 1,334. So 1,340. Yeah, 1,340. There it is. It's done and done. 1,340. All set. Still climbing, so that should not be happening. So I'm actually going to throttle back a little bit. I am going to start the. I'm going to give it a lot of mixture right here, right now. Turn on the landing lights. Let's go into a little bit of a glide. So we want to reach about 2,600 feet. Autopilot. And we can turn on the approach even if we wanted to. That's also an option. Right. 2.8. 2.80. 2.7. Doing pretty okay, actually. We're doing pretty good. Right. Actually, who created the... Talking about the DC-3, yeah, winds are rough. Winds are rough, but let's see what's happening here, actually. Are these the winds, or are these the thermals? It's not so much the wind. Yeah, it is 11 knot winds, yeah. I really do need a yaw damper. Yeah, I really do. It's 16 knot winds, and you can see the thermals going nuts here. The thermals are going absolutely crazy. Couldn't get the DC-3 off the ground. Practice makes perfect, buddy. Stay in the 172 so I can catch up. Could end up being a Dutch roll. Wow. That would be on brand. Indeed, it would be. Indeed, it would be. But yeah, we're being bounced around, my friends. The new weather model actually does have and the dynamic fluid systems, it has so much influence on this tiny little plane. So much now. It's absolutely insane. Alright, I'm going to flaps flaps 10. Flaps 20 actually. We should have a pretty strong headwind. I'm at 2,100 feet, so I'm pretty much below it. I should be actually 500 feet higher right now. I'm throttling up a little bit just to keep that between around 70 knots. That's the speed that we want to attain, that we want to get. And we're waiting for the green line in the middle to localize to actually pick us up. Well, we already picked up the localizer actually for Ouagadougou. So we got the ILS already fixed right there, but now we are trying to align ourselves with it. I'm liking the bouncing. Doctor Who, I don't like the bouncing. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Oh, there we go again. Bouncy, bouncy. Friends, trying to see if we can align the to the runway. It should be coming up pretty soon, actually. And as I said, trying to keep around 70 knots. That's the speed that you want. 70, 65 knots actually, but yeah. Yeah. 13 knots. 13 knots. side wind currently. We should be getting a pretty good headwind actually. 2.5, nearly 2,500 feet, so that's good. To autopilot, or at least back to my settings. What is the add-on? Which add-on are you talking about there? Which add-on are you exactly talking about, Black Widow? Are you talking about the at the top the map, or this part right here? Oh, that is actually an insert from Navigraph. So it's basically, it's not the official Navigraph that you get in the sim itself, but it's just a screen grab which I use as map. So yeah. But what you're seeing there is Navigraph. And it's just a brilliant. In my case, I think it's a brilliant tool. All right, we are now seeing the runway coming close and aligning itself. So there it is. There it is. Right. We still have a pretty strong headwind, but the bouncing is a lot less now. We're flying straight into the wind. We're picking up speed though, and that's not something I want. Definitely. Marku TV, the ground looks so real. It does, doesn't it? But that's the thing, Marku TV. It is Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, yeah, this is what you get. This is. I have not done anything to the simulator there, Marku TV. If you now load in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the exact location where I am, you will be seeing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Get your predictions in, my friends, right now. Get your predictions in, indeed. But yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. I can't change anything to it. And there are... this isn't even a high photogrammetry city. Oh, Alpha 1, dude. Moonfo, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? So yeah. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I have the feeling they rob a few FPS here and there, but it's not that bad. So yeah. It's not that bad. Excellent, buddy. Excellent. Good to hear, my friend. All right, let's see if I can maintain that 65 to... I'm doing great, buddy. Coming in for a landing here at Okudugu. I'm not making this up. This is actually the capital. What you're seeing right here, this is the capital of Burkina Faso that we are now going to land on. Actually, that kind of looked like a runway there as well. Could have used that as a runway, that road, but yeah. Hey, Jeff! How are you doing? Hope you're doing. How are you enjoying the gliders, Jeff? How are you enjoying the gliders? All right, my friends, coming in for a lovely, lovely landing here. We got a nice headwind, strong headwind, 15 knot headwind right there. But yeah, just in time for the grand finale, exactly. So get your predictions in right now, my friend. Get your predictions in. Gliders are great. Excellent. I'm so happy for you, buddy. I am so happy. Throttling back, throttling back. Indeed, get your predictions in. Sorry, Stealth will beat you to it. It's a bit uncontrollable. Yeah, okay. They're still working on it. All right, let's see if I can actually... Ooh. Yeah, there you saw a hiccup right there. You saw what's happening right now with all the extra air and the extra graphics that you see for for showing off the 3D thermals right there. I'm turning those off because yeah. 269, dude. I'm not that bad. All right. Throttling back a little more. Back a lot, actually. Right. There we are. That's what I want. That's the sweet spot right there. That's the sweet spot right there. There we go. That's exactly what I want. That's what I want. What I want. Now we're talking. Talking. Yep. Starting the float. Tiny bounce right there. We are. 113. Not bad. Not bad. Done better. It's not great, but yeah, bad at all. Let's we can turn off right here. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's exactly where I need to go. All right. Landing lights on, taxi lights off. Flaps go to full to back. All right. I don't think I'll park it. Oh, actually, I think I need to park it right there. Yep, I need to park it right here. Stay in the air, my friends. Done and dusted. All right, let's hook that up. Let's go to view. Started the showcase view. And starting the music. Right. Dog's Breath coming in right there. We have Amica music, a crisp kind right behind him, and Doctor Who. Who else is still up in the air? I think that's it, actually. We go. Nicely following each other right there. Are we getting a dual landing today? We just might. The race is on. Da 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 da. Word. Yeah. And you need a power station to run it too. There we go. Oh, both on the runway. Nicely done. Amica is circling. Why aren't you landing, dude? The AI. The AI botched up again. The AI botched up again. You need a small modular reactor just for your PC. Yeah, basically. You're still a long way off there, Doctor Who. Ah, but it's fine. There we are. Well, the beaver right there. This is the beaver, isn't it? Yeah. Sandy is lost again. Beavers are slow but amazing. Yeah, I heard very good things about them. Could have flown the TARDIS, Doctor Who. Wow. How is the beaver? Yeah. Ewald right there with the Cody. I think Ewald is still still in the meeting. So yeah, don't think the Cody will land anytime soon. And Amica, you're gone. Oh, coming in for a landing, nicely aligned right there. Look at that. Yeah, that's going great. It's not a fast plane, is it? It's not a fast plane. Making the approach right there on Ouagadougou. This is Ouagadougou, by the way. This is the capital of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. Yeah. Coming in for the approach. Look at that. Let's follow him along. Looks very flat. It does, doesn't it? Gotta be there for the full trip tomorrow. Man, we are starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central European Standard Time. So that's 12 o'clock Zulu. 12 o'clock Zulu. You're more than welcome, Crisp. You're more than welcome. Of course, as always. And you can fly any plane you like. It's all up to you. If you want to fly a commercial plane during these flights, if you can keep up with me, that's fine. Doctor Who nicely landed right there. And that is where we currently are parked. Dog's Breath, Chris Kind, and me. Not a large group today, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I'm going to make a screenshot right here, as I always do. Let's make a nice screenshot. Boop. Done and dusted. There we are. Copy that. And I will paste that, as always, in the clips and highlights of the Discord channel. Paste. Bammo. Alright, my friends. That's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had a lot of fun. I did, at least. And I will all see you again tomorrow. We are starting, of course, on Central European Standard Time, 1 p.m. or 1200 Zulu. Other than that, have a great day, have a great evening, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Don't forget to laugh and smile. Bye-bye all. Look at that. I mean, the wing flex, it is so cool that it's going up and down. I feel bouncy. I feel bouncy. Anyway, yeah.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh.
Chew that goodness,
Whoa,
baby.
whoa.
Oh, you know you like it.
Oh.
Oh, you know you like it, Tony.
Wow. I did not expect that. They moved. Yeah, one of the big five. Baganario, yes. No! Thank you all very much for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Don't forget to laugh and smile.